Hey there and happy Tuesday. So I am a little bit late, so sorry about that, but I was on the phone with one of my team members, and it was just so good to catch up with her. She needed encouragement. She had some questions, and I always say to my team, like, I'm not one that's going to just keep reaching out to you, but I want to be here every time that somebody needs something from me. And so it was just good to hopefully help her. And speaking of that, there's a joining special. I have been busy making food galore all day and running out to the field with the guys during harvest. And so I still am in the middle of working on my my monthly email that I wanted to get out today. Hopefully I can still get that done today, but maybe tomorrow. And also setting up events. I will not have any in-person events in October, but in November I'm hoping to have 4, plus I'll be at the Okoboji Crafting Retreat as well for that long weekend. So it'll be a busy November, and so that'll be enough for me to think about during October as I work with harvest and such. So yeah, the joining special, if you get my emails, you will get all the details about that. Basically, it is just an added benefit, so you'll get more in your starter kit than if you would join any other normal time of the year too. So there's that. And then there's kits. More and more of you are loving the kits. And so the kits collection, a lot of the kits are up to 30%, and they just 30% off, and they just added a couple more kits, and I thought, well, they're brand new kits, they're not going to discount those. They did, you guys. So that's very exciting too. So I will have those details, excuse me, as well. So yeah, so let me get started with my project here. So what I have is a calendar, and it can be like a desktop calendar that can fold out like so. And I'm had all the supplies. People made this in a class last night, so it's like a fresh idea and such. And I think it was like last year, I felt like I missed the ball, or maybe it was even early this year, that every year I think I want to do a calendar class. Well, who thinks about calendars kind of until like the last week of December or early January when you need that calendar, or you go, gosh, I don't have that little replacement. So that's kind of when my idea came. And so I put a poll out like with a picture of one and said, hey, who would be interested in making these? And I got lots of positive feedback. So then, of course, I always doubt myself, don't we all? Like, okay, last night was the night of, here's the calendar, I hope you like it. And they really did like it. And I even had like packages, extra packages there, if somebody wanted to buy a couple extra little mini catalogs or the pre-wrapped package of 10 or whatever. And people were interested in that also. So that made me feel better. But that's what I'm going to be showing you now, is just a quick little like card easel calendar project. So let me get this turned around. Oops, let's see, you can tell that I haven't done a live video for a week. There we go. There's my card stock. Okay, there we go. I almost hit finish instead of turning it around. And this is blank. I do have an October host code, but just didn't get that typed up yet or whatever, and that's okay. So it'll be fine. Like if you order or want a host code, let me know. Otherwise I'll be posting that in my newsletter as well. So here is the calendar. Hi there, Kathy. Like I said, this is what it looks like from the inside. Very quick and easy, you guys, to put this together. And if you're making some, you might go, I'm going to make some for me. These are my favorite colors. I'm going to make some for friends. These are their favorite colors. Kind of what I did for the ones that were made up last night is I brought out the Thoughtful Journey 6x6 Designer Series paper. And I already had a lot of strips that were 3/4 inches long, because this is 6x6. If I want to put it on a card front, I'm usually cutting off to make it 5 1/4, which is 3/4 inch strips. I hope I didn't say 3-inch strips, I tell you. So there's a lot of fun packages that Stampin' Up! Has in 6x6. Not saying you can't use 12x12, but like we've got, you know, the packs of the in color, or, you know, all the color family 6x6. We've got the Full of Life 6x6. We've got that Lily Pond Lane and all of that. So I just kind of went with Thoughtful Journey, and even that new Splendid Autumn 6x6. 6x6 is gorgeous as well. So then I just laid out like this, and this would be a 5 1/4 by 3 inch, and then the little 3/4 inch strip, and I had like that going together, and then I have like this one going together so that they could kind of match up scenarios that way. And then they could kind of pick and choose. So to start with the easel of the mini calendar, I just have your basic card front, and so that's 8 1/2 by 5 1/2 here, scored at the 4 1/4. So I'm just going to get out my bone folder and give that a burnish there. And so that's already kind of pre-scored from the class last night. And then I'm going to do the card front here first before I put the easel in there. And so what I have next is just like this little strip here of the Designer Series paper. And so this, like I said, I cut 3 inches by 5 1/4. And so you might go, okay, do I want that? Because, you know, we have to think through. A lot of it's going to be covered up. So if you kind of like that color burst look there, or maybe you kind of like that. I kind of like this because of it kind of just, I don't know, goes with that blue a little bit better. So I'm just going to take my adhesive here, and I'm going to put that around the edges and just kind of mat that at the top. And then I kind of like just leaving a little strip of the cardstock base showing. And then this, I decided I kind of like it with the starburst, so this kind of matches up with that, you can tell. But I'm actually going to have it on the opposite edge showing. Okay, so I've got this here, like so. So I'm just leaving an edge along the bottom and in the middle there as well. Hi Joyce, hi Tammy, good to see you guys on here. And now what I can do next is make space for my calendar. So I'm just going to kind of set that down. And then something that I did ahead of time, and I'm going to show you a couple different options. I cut out some of these dies, and these are from the die set Thoughtful Wishes dies. And so Thoughtful Wishes dies and stamp set is what goes with along with the Thoughtful Journey paper that I'm using. So that was part of it. So knowing that, I kind of just lay it there, and I don't want to have it be where this doesn't get enough room or this is like crowding it. So that's why I'm just kind of eyeing it. Another thing that you could do if you don't want this die on there is you could actually put a non-seasonal, and when I say that, like, you don't want to say Merry Christmas even though you're giving them this as a Christmas present or something, or Happy Valentine's Day, because that's going to work for 1 month, but this is going to be something that you just want the base of this set out all year long. The Courage and Faith is a great stamp set because it kind of has the up and down on 3 of its sentiments. So any of these could be like stamped out, punched out with like an oval, or just even like make your own rectangle. And then that could even go along the side here next to your calendar as well. So what I'm going to do is on the back side of this, there's a couple different options that you can use for adhesive. I'm pulling out my Seal Plus 2. And that's just heavy duty, so it's just like the same type of dispenser as the Seal, and yeah, that's just going to be a lot sturdier. So you know when you're using this, you have to have it in place where you want it to be, because if not, it's going to stick there, and if you try and pull it up, then you're going to run into it ripping and tearing. The other thing that I had for them to use last night, oh, here it is, I couldn't find it, is the tear and tape, because that is super sturdy too. So I can show you that product, but I'm just going to go ahead and get this going on there too. So a lot of people like the Seal Plus for regular crafting, just because they know that their projects are going to stay put very well too. So I'm just kind of putting it on the back of the calendar, because not that these are big or hefty, but it's a little bit more heft than regular cardstock, and adding just 1 layer. And then now for the dies, I'm just gonna get some glue dots kind of here in there behind the dies, and it's kind of a fragile die. There's Just not a lot for a glue dot to stick to, and the little arms or arms and legs, but you know what I mean, of this. Like I don't want to tear that off either. And then I'm just gonna get a little bit on the bottom here, and just kind of with my glue dots, sometimes what I do is just kind of wad them up underneath there so that they're not sticking out. Okay, so then we have this like so. Okay, so if you're joining in, you can definitely see this is going to be a little tabletop calendar. I just love that paper for that. But like I said, you could use up anything from your stash or anything that you're thinking, oh, that's a good excuse to get that new paper. Okay, so this is just a regular card. Like if I'm making a card, these are the exact same measurements. So what I'm doing to reinforce this is I took a piece of cardstock, same color, the Misty Moonlight. I did think about trying to bring in like some Lost Lagoon, but I kind of like the color on color. So this measurement is 4 by 5, and then I've scored it 1/2 inch, and then 2.5 inches, and then 4.5. So basically you've got the 2.5 in the middle, and then 1/2 inch on each side. And then I have to look at my sample like, okay, how did I do that? So yes, I want to fold this up, and then with my bone folder, give that a really good crease here. And then, oops, this way. Yep. And then this way. Okay. So the edges are folding up. So we kind of have like a little hat, like that. And then what I want to do is get this. Oh, I was going to use tear and tape. Oh, wow. I can, so, or tear and tape, there we go. And then I can't lay that down folded, or otherwise it's going to stick. And I just said it's going to stick really well. So now what I do with this is just open this up. And then I'm just going to lay that just a hair up above the edge. And then when I fold this over, I want it as flat as it can be. And now we have that easel in there, and it's your little peekaboo like so. And so we've got that finished. So if you wanted to, like say you work in an office and you wanted to make something fun and practical, that it's not going to be like candy, they eat it in 5 minutes, it's gone. Not saying chocolate's bad, but if you want something that's going to leave maybe a more lasting impression, or just something a little different, these are so easy to put together. As you can see, Tailored Expressions is where I bought them from, and they're really affordable. I think they were like 55 cents a piece for the lot that I bought. So just to kind of let you know that too, if you wanted to put embellishments or personalize it, you could do that. But I just kind of wanted to give you these simple layout instructions for that. So that is my inspiration, you guys, for tonight. Hi there, Barb. Hi, Darla. Good to see you on here. And Donna, thanks for coming last night, whoops, to my class. So let me get this turned around. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was my it was my first class back last night since having surgery about 7 weeks ago. And so maybe it was a little too soon, but yet it was so good to be with my people and kind of just stretch my brain a little bit for creativity and my body for hauling in all this stuff. And I got home last night, and yes, my hubby was right there to unload all the stuff. So that was great too. And today I feel just like nothing was overdone last night, and that was good too. So thanks for you guys that showed up last night for that. And it was just fun to see everybody creating. I'll see how my week goes, because I never know if I'm going to be needed out in the field or not, but I do have more inspiration to pass along your way. So stay tuned for that. Take care. Bye-bye.